I have 2 children back in Panama, but they are being taken care of by my mother, my sister, and their father.
But we have a lot of hope, to bring them over.
We're gonna be a happy family. We're gonna be all complete, and our children are coming soon.
I mean, listen, it's a good thing that the child conversation is still alive, but I really hope that this whole child thing can be solved ASAP. Because right now, it doesn't seem as if this child conversation has ever really been serious. And I say that because, Jasmine's always spoke about kids for years and years, but it's never really felt as if she's really made them a priority, because by the years that she's mentioned them, well, it's always felt as if she's been more, I say years, that throughout the times that we've seen, I mean, we've seen her so much now, it feels like we've seen her for years, but I forget the seasons kind of rotate quite quickly. I mean, we just saw them literally last season, you know what I mean? This is like, what, their 4th season now, maybe 5th, in the space of like maybe 2 years, I think, on being a 90-day fiance. But either way, though, since the very beginning we've met Jasmine, we've heard her reference her kids several times, but we've never really seen her make them a priority. It's always felt as if she's always made herself a priority for anything and everything. But so therefore, we don't really know if the kid thing really is that important to her. I hate to question it, but I'm just speaking it because it's just realistic in terms of the fact that, when Jasmine speaks, sometimes you don't really know if what she's saying is because it's coming from a good place, or if she's just saying it because there's a different agenda behind it. And that's where it gets interesting.
Like, I have failed them for over 4 months, and that's the exact amount of time that I haven't seen my kids.
So these are the showers. It's just a basic outdoor camping shower, but the water's always hot.
That's nice.
Honeymoon, I wanted to go to at least Hawaii or Los Angeles, something very bougie, glamorous, luxurious. But, he wants to save money because he thinks that we spend too much money on the wedding.
To be honest with you, I don't know why Gino thought that this was a good idea. Listen, unless you're a couple that enjoys the outdoors, you love the camping idea, different conversation. But Jasmine isn't that kind of person, you know what I mean? So the fact that he decided to book this as a honeymoon thing is outrageous. Based on her personality, it is absolutely outrageous. I don't know if I'd be grateful for it, you know what I mean, if I had her personality, to be honest with you. And I don't really feel like Jasmine would be wrong to be annoyed. But to be fair with you, I'm actually quite surprised of how she hasn't blown it out of proportion and gone crazy about the fact that, this is what they're doing for the honeymoon. Yeah, she made a little comment about the boat being a bit too small. She wanted a yacht, but it's Jasmine. She complained about it with that screaming, so I take it as a positive, you know what I mean? It's when she screams, it's a bit of a Also, on top of that, before we continue and we get into the rest of the other points, we are on the road to 60k subscribers by the end of April. But for that to happen, I need every single one of you guys to subscribe. You come in, you watch the videos for free, so therefore you can also subscribe for free as well. Come on now, that's not what it's about. And also like and comment. Peace. Let's continue, yeah.
So I would love to raise my kids here. And that being said, I do believe that we should start looking for a bigger house.
Boom. Now, I do feel like a part of Jasmine talking about the whole kid thing, I personally think that the agenda behind it is because of this. It's because she wants to live in another house. Last season, we saw her have a whole history fit about the place that he lived in, about how untidy it was, which is respectfully, I understood that. But also on top of that, how she was not happy about the fact that another woman lived there and decorated the house. And therefore, she wants to decorate the house herself in particular. But let's be real, Jasmine's the kind of person that always wants more than just a simple thing. So for her to say, oh, I want a bigger house so I can decorate, blah, 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 it makes a lot of sense to why she keeps bringing up this whole thing about the kids. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, if the kids come to the States, they will need a bigger space, 100%. But either way, though, why is it every time Jasmine says something, there's always another agenda behind it? Why can't it just be, I just want the kids to come in and then that's it? But there's a lot of people who would be grateful just to get their kids to come to the States or to come wherever their partner lives, okay, and just put up with whatever they live with until further notice. But Jasmine, no. It's always a case of, I want my kids to come, but we should also do this as well. There's always an agenda. You see what I'm saying? And the agenda is always a case of where Jasmine will speak about something, but that something always has to have a relation to how it benefits her. You see what I'm saying? It always has to be a benefit for herself. And does that feel like somebody who puts their kids first? Yeah.
You have another woman living there for 7 years. On top of that, it's also way too small for our kids. Not because where are going to put my kids and the baby that we are going to make potentially tonight.
Now that bit hit me hard because I was like, hold on a minute. She made a whole hoo-ha about it last season, talking about how she did not want to have another child. How, she was not going to give Gino a child of his own. And they had a whole big conversation about it. But now all of a sudden she wants to bring it up. Interesting. Oh, but hold on a minute. We're talking about this in a conversation where you're asking him to get you a bigger house. So of course you're going to bring up the idea of you two having a kid together because it's another way to persuade him, manipulate him. Like I said, Jasmine always needs to have an agenda behind anything that she says and she requests.
That out very much.
Baby, you have to get a job.
Now, here's the thing. I do agree that Gino does need to get a job, but because obviously Gino decided to leave his job just before Jasmine arrived in the stage, which is so freaking strange because he knows how expensive his life has been, and always will be with Jasmine in his life. Do you see what I'm saying? And he knows without a job, things are always going to be very, very hard. And it's always going to be an obstacle for the both of them. But either way, though, why does he need to get a job? For the benefit of Jasmine. Do you see what I'm saying? And I just think, to be honest with you, sometimes we have to be able to identify some of these small little hints here and there to really pick out somebody's character. And as far as I'm concerned, Jasmine doesn't do anything in this world unless it benefits her. And the saddest part about it is, even if it means using her kids' name, using the kids as a tool, or even using the fact that Gino wants a kid as a tool to get what she wants, she will freaking do it. It's so wrong, it's so disturbing, and it's just unnecessary. I really do hope that they have broken up, because right now, you know, it looks like as if they may not be together, because rumor has it that Jasmine's actually living somewhere else right now that is not Michigan. I don't know too much about it. That's why I have not made a video about it. But really and truly, the best thing that could ever happen to, you know what? F that. I was going to say the best thing that could ever happen to Gino would be Jasmine leaving him, but you know what? That's a freaking lie, because this man entertains her behavior every single time. And you know what? He deserves to have her because his attitude is terrible, if that makes sense. That makes sense. It makes sense to me. Because think about it. We've seen her abuse him season after season after season. And we've seen him stick around season after season after season. Okay? And I know for sure these two are definitely going to end up appearing on the next season or The Last Resort. It's just pending to happen. I'm telling you now, when The Last Resort comes back for another season, I believe probably next year rather than this year, or maybe later on this year, these two are going to be on it without a shadow of a freaking doubt. You see what I'm saying? Because these two have become a pact. They have become a part of the elite, shall I say. You know, the people that come back all the time. Angela Michael, Ed and Liz, Yara and Jovi, you know, Kalani and Oswaldo, but obviously they're broken over now. But you see what I'm saying? Those people that keep coming back season after season after season. Libby and freaking Andre. These two have become, but to be fair with you, I just feel like with these two, they have really, really fed them to us like way too much. Because like I said before, I remember when they first came, they had a season the other way, but then there was a season that they wasn't on. But since then, they've been on every season back to back. Literally, back to back. This is the third season in a row now, I think. I don't know why 90 Days Fiancé think that's healthy for us to watch. It's not healthy for me. But either way though, Jasmine's always doing something because it has to benefit her, and I feel sorry for her kids in that respect. Nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.